Whether you have the anxious attachment or the avoidant attachment, you probably asked this question before. Can anxious and avoidant relationships actually work? Very often there is strong chemistry, emotional intensity, and a feeling of that could be really something. Finally, I found the one. And at the same time, there is confusion, there is distance, and emotional whiplash that never fully settles. This video isn't here to give you a clear yes or a harsh no, okay? It's here to explain what actually determines whether this dynamic can work and when it usually doesn't. Before I start, very quickly, I want to invite you to a free community that I just created. It's called the Secure Connection Club. Right now we have 6 members, so it's not a big group, but with time there will be more people on the same journey. You can connect, you can just exchange information, and you can get access to free resources, 2 of my ebooks, and some journaling prompts that can help you become more secure. Right now, all of that is free, so you can join the community and you can just be a part of it. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description. Okay, most people are not really asking whether this kind of relationships can work in theory. They are asking things like, should I keep trying? Is it normal? Am I asking for too much? Am I actually too much? So instead of asking whether anxious and avoidant relationships can work, the more important question is whether this specific relationship is sustainable and healthy for you specifically. Anxious and avoidant people often find each other because at first their differences feel complementary. They are basically like magnets. The anxious partner brings all of the attention and emotional energy, and the avoidant partner brings calm, independence, and a sense of control. And early on, this can feel very good. It's often referred to as the honeymoon phase. The anxious partner feels chosen and connected, and the avoidant partner feels wanted without feeling pressured yet. However, as closeness grows, their nervous systems start pulling in opposite directions. The anxious partner wants more connection, wants more reassurance, they want to feel safe, while the avoidant partner reaches for space to feel safe too. So what started as chemistry slowly turns into a push-pull cycle. You can think of this dynamic like 2 people sharing a thermostat, okay? When the anxious partner starts to feel emotional distance, they turn the heat up, okay? More texts, more reassurance, more effort, more closeness. They're just trying to feel comfortable again. At the same time, the avoidant wants to turn the heat down, okay? Less communication, more space, emotional withdrawal. They are also trying to feel comfortable because they are feeling too hot. The main problem is that both people are trying to regulate themselves, but because they do it in opposite ways, one person's relief usually becomes the other person's discomfort. However, if you are in love with the avoidant while you are super anxious, there is still hope because that kind of relationship can still work in the future. That dynamic can work, but only under very specific conditions. Both people have to recognize their patterns and take responsibility for them. Not just talk about attachment styles, but actually change behavior in real moments that matter. That means the avoidant partner practices staying present, communicating clearly, and repairing after all of that distance. And the anxious partner needs to practice regulating themselves, pausing instead of chasing, and setting boundaries instead of over-functioning. So that relationship will work only when both people are actively moving towards security, not when only one person is doing all the work. It's all about mutual effort, okay? It doesn't mean that one person is endlessly patient while the other just tries when they can. So the avoidant has to tolerate emotional closeness and all of the hard conversations, and the anxious needs to tolerate space without panicking and over pursuing. There is a lot of accountability on both sides. Distance gets talked about, feelings get acknowledged, repair actually happens. If only one person is adjusting, explaining, waiting, honestly, that's not mutual effort, that's just imbalance. The reality is that in most cases, long-term anxious and avoidant relationships don't work because the patterns stay the same. All of the requests for closeness get labeled as pressure, anxiety of the anxious person just increases, instead of settling. The distance keeps happening without any repair, and over time the anxious partner starts shrinking themselves to avoid triggering withdrawal, and the avoidant partner starts feeling more trapped the closer things get. At that point, it's not really building connection, it's just managing discomfort on both sides. The main takeaway I want you to get from this video is that wanting consistency, communication, and emotional presence doesn't make you needy. It makes you human. Whether you have the anxious or avoidant attachment, you need to understand the other person, and it's okay if you don't tolerate all of their patterns. You can understand why someone pulls away, and you can still decide that it hurts too much to stay in that specific pattern. Because in the end, a relationship that is working doesn't mean staying together at all costs or just proving love through endurance and patience. It means you feel calmer over time and not more anxious. The other person should make you feel calm. So if you've been in a relationship for months or years and you just feel more confused all the time and more triggered and more activated and more unsure of yourself, that's not growth, that's repetition, and that's sticking to the wrong pattern. When it comes to secure attachment, honestly, secure people don't try to rescue the relationship alone. They don't chase potential and they don't wait indefinitely for change. Secure people pay attention to how the relationship feels in their body over time. And if it stays activating despite all of the effort, they just step away. And they don't step away to just punish someone or make someone change. They just step away because they know their own self-worth. So the answer to the question in the title of this video is simple. Anxious and avoidant relationships can work, but only when both people are actively moving towards security. If this quick video helped you see your situation a little bit better, make sure to subscribe to this channel because I will be recording a lot of videos about these topics in the coming days and weeks. And if you want, you can join the community. It's free, Secure Connection Club. The link is in the description. You can share your story and you can meet people who are basically on the same journey. Thanks for watching and hopefully I will see you in the next one. See you next time.